Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video I am very pleased to show you the Endgame Gear KB65HE Hall Effect mechanical keyboard. This is new on the market from our good friends over at Endgame Gear. Now, I should say straight away, this has been sent out to us free of charge for review purposes by overclockers.co.uk, and there will be links in the video description for overclockers.co.uk, and also you can go directly over to Endgame Gear to check out the latest pricing in your local region. Now, there are going to be a few localized versions of this particular keyboard on the market. I'm very pleased to say that this particular version is the ISO UK layout, so for me is absolutely perfect. And talking of layout, as you've probably guessed from the model number, this is a 65% key layout. So you've got all the keys, you've also got some of your specific keys on the side, and also you've got your arrow keys. So if you're a gamer like me, and also you are left-handed and you use your mouse in your left hand, you can use the arrow keys for your gaming should you need to. So in today's video, I'm going to go through, talk about some of the specifications, some of the features and its overall build quality, and also my personal thoughts on the matter. Obviously, keyboards are a very specific thing and everybody likes something a little bit different. But I think with this, with the Hall Effect switches, you're going to find that this is going to suit a lot of people. And also, if you like to have a little bit of an additional adjustment on keys which you don't normally get with standard mechanical key switches. We'll talk about that and show you a little bit more about it later on in the video. So let's go over the unboxing experience. So as you can see from the packaging, very simple, very stylish. And this is the Endgame Gear KB65HE Hall Effect keyboard. Also, it is designed in Germany, so very high quality. On the back of the box, it goes over some of the specific features, such as the Gateron Hall Effect switches, which are using the Gateron KS-37B switches. Also, you have adjustable actuation point and rapid trigger. So with the adjustable actuation point, essentially, these have an actuation point of between 0.1 of a millimeter to up to 4 millimeters. So depending on your particular use case scenario or your preferences, you can set the keys however you want to. So if you are someone who wants a really twitchy gameplay experience, you can set it to a very, very low millimeter limit, and it will register basically almost by breathing on the switches. Very, very sensitive indeed. But if you want it to be a little bit less sensitive, you can set it down to 4 millimeters should you want to. So you've got a nice long travel on there. You can also adjust the actual depress and also the release as well. So you can adjust those accordingly should you wish to. And also you have the option of having a global setting for the entire keyboard, or you can actually do it to a per key setting. So individual keys, such as possibly the spacebar or maybe the shift key, you can adjust those so they have a little bit less sensitivity, and you can set your arrow keys or your WASDs to a very high sensitivity. The entire keyboard is made from a solid block of aluminium, which has been black anodized, CNC machined. You also have Ducky inspired or Ducky collaborated PBT double shot RGB keycaps. You've also got an adjustable typing angle between 5% and 7.5% with swappable silicone feet. And the keyboard itself, when it comes to the actual weight of it, this thing is a beast. It really is an absolute weapon. This thing weighs 1,050 grams, so over a kilo for a very small keyboard. And in fact, when you take it out of the box, it's probably the first thing you'll notice that this thing is damn heavy. It really is a solid lump. The whole thing has been constructed from one single piece of aluminium and is also top mounted as well. So if you need to do anything, you can take off the top section. There's all gaskets and all that kind of stuff in there to make it a very, very nice sounding keyboard. Also, as part of the unboxing experience, you get some nice little features. So you get a keyboard cover, so this is going to keep all the dust and stuff out of your keyboard whilst it's not in use, protecting all of the switches, which potentially you might want to do. That is one of the slight downsides of Hall Effect switches. They are prone for ingress of dust, but they do have an exceptionally long lifespan, whereas traditional mechanical switches, you're looking at kind of 30 to 50 million key presses, whereas these are effectively limitless because there are effectively no real moving parts. Other things that are included in the unboxing experience, so you get a very nice 1.8 meter braided cable, so that is USB Type-C to USB Type-A, and there's also a cable wrap. Also included is a nice Endgame Gear keycap, which you can put where you want to. Realistically, I think it's probably best suited to the escape key, works well for that. And also you get the additional feet for raising the actual typing profile. Again, the standard setting is 5 degrees. If you put on the larger feet, it takes up to 7.5 degrees. There is also a quick start guide, which is somewhat humorous. It basically tells you to download the software, which you don't necessarily have to use. If you don't want to change any of the settings or the RGB or anything, you can just use it, plug it in, it's absolutely fine. You can't actually control any of the RGB lighting or any of the other functions on the keyboard from kind of hotkeys or function keys, that sort of thing. It's all done within the software. But I'm actually really pleased to say that the software is very, very minimal, very small download. It's about 35 megabytes, so it's a very, very small footprint, but it is actually very useful. Again, we'll take a look at that a little bit later. So let's quickly talk about some of the other specifications. So you've got NKRO or anti-ghosting across the whole deck. The size of the keyboard, 315 millimeters wide. Again, it's 1050 grams, so it's a heavy old boy. You've got 1000 hertz polling rates, and also it comes, as I said, included with these really nice Gateron KS37B hot swap pre-lube switches, which have got an MX style stem. When it comes to the actual switches themselves, they are 4mm total travel. Again, you can individually set those for where the actuation point is. To actually actuate the switch or start movement, you're looking at 30 grams, so it's very lightweight, and it's 50 grams for a complete bottom out of the switch. Like I said, the switches are Hall effect, so effectively think of it as kind of like a magnetic thing. So there are magnets, and it uses a very small electrical current to measure the actual magnetic field. That way making it basically kind of analog, but also digital at the same time. It's a very hard thing to explain, but it is an absolute glorious thing to actually use, and the feel of it is absolutely sublime. So let's take a closer look at the keyboard itself, have a quick tour. So as you can see, 65% layout on there. You've got very, very nice clear font on there, which I do appreciate, being slightly older, eyesight failing somewhat. So yeah, their keys are very nice and easy to read. The switches themselves have a north-facing LED, which I actually prefer. Looks very nice and illuminates very well, and the shine-through keycaps work exceptionally well. Like I said, all the switches and also the stabilizers come from the factory, pre-lubricated. And actually, I did read something about the Gateron switches where they do use some kind of special technology where they're kind of almost self-lubricating, which means when it comes to maintenance, it's going to be very, very low maintenance indeed. The keys themselves, very nice feeling, so you've got a very, very subtle kind of texture to them. They are going to be resistant to wear and also to greasy fingerprints, all that kind of good stuff, as you'd expect. And overall, it's very good. There's very limited key wobble to the keys themselves. It just feels a very, very premium product. The surround itself, again, I can't say enough about this. The solid block of aluminium is just fantastic, and it's extremely well manufactured. There's no sharp edges. Everything's been done to an extremely high standard. Again, for taking it apart is basically impossible because it is a solid lump, so you're gonna have to take it apart from the top by removing the keys, unscrewing the circuit board, etc, etc. When it comes to the bottom, again, exceptionally solid. You've got the Endgame gear logo embossed into it and some information about serial numbers, etc. When it comes to the feet, so you've got 2 feet. There's no flip out feet on this, which I think is actually probably a good thing, because if you did have flip out feet, they would need to be metal to basically support the weight. So yeah, I think this is a really good idea. And also you've got a full length silicone anti-slip bar at the bottom there. And when it's actually on the desk, it is very, very difficult to move unless you use quite a lot of pressure. So yeah, it's going to stay nice and firmly planted on your desk. To actually connect it up to your machine, as we said, so it's a USB cable, and that again has all been machined extremely well. USB cables fit in there very easily. Even if you've got ones with slightly chunkier plastics on them, it's going to fit in there. It's been milled out extremely well. And when it's plugged in, you do get a rather glorious light show, which you've probably seen from some B-roll already. But this is one of the things I do really like about this. It's a nice selection of adjustable RGB effects in the software itself. Again, you can't control it from the keyboard, which I think is a little bit of a shame. It would be nice to have some flexibility actually built into the keyboard itself. Maybe they could add that with a firmware update later on, who knows. I think overall, yeah, it looks really, really nice. The keys, very well illuminated, very easy to read, regardless of the color that you're actually choosing to use on them. Individually lit, as you said. Top mounted north facing LEDs as well, and the switches are hot swappable as well, so if you do want to take them out, replace them, not that you should really ever need to because of the way that they work. Essentially all that is inside of it is really a stainless steel spring, which is going to basically last forever. There's no actual contacts inside of it, so there's nothing to actually break, hence why they got such a long lifespan. So let's take a quick look at the actual software itself. So this is the Endgame gear software, again very low footprint, very nice, very simple, very slick. So it tells you the keyboard that's connected there. So you've got 3 main tabs. You've got the key settings, your lighting effects, and advanced. Also you've got things like your firmware. If there's a new firmware, you can click on it to update it. So in terms of the keyboard settings, you can go in and choose your multimedia effects. So if you want to map a multimedia button to one of the keys, you can do. For the keyboard itself, again, you can change keyboard layouts. Mouse, you can add mouse functions to the keyboard buttons should you wish to. And if you do anything which is wrong, you can just go there and click on default setting and it will revert back to its initial settings. If we go over into the light effects, so you'll be seeing this from hopefully a cutaway as well. So you've got the option to turn the lighting on or off, and you've got various options to go through. So you've got the spectral cycle, you've got always on, in which case you can choose brightness and a color, a single color. You've got surf to the left. Then there is a breathing effect. Again, you can choose an individual color on that should you wish to. You've got the snake running lights. So that is like a snake effect which goes around the keyboard deck. You've got magnetic radiation. That only works when you press a button. So it just radiates from the button you press. You've also got the rotating running lights. Surfing in the middle. Colorful fountain. Laser. Again, you can choose individual colors on that. Cross surfing, I actually quite like this one. I think I like the look of that. And also the traffic one. Traffic's pretty cool as well. You also got rippling effect. Demons dancing in something or other. I can't see what the rest of it says, but demons dancing. You've got the random fountain. And also you have a love pattern which has a heart in the middle. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. If you go into the advanced setting, this is where things get very cool indeed. So this is where you've got your thresholds for pressed and released. You can do this on a per key individual basis if you want to, or you can do it for the whole deck. So as you can see, it's all highlighted there. So you can move this around. So this is how many millimeters. So between 2 to 40. Oh, sorry, 1 to 40, as I said earlier, 0.01. And then you've got the options there. So lots and lots of flexibility. Again, if you don't like anything you've done there, just click it to reset and it will go back to the defaults, which set as a 1 mil travel. If you want to do individuals, then you can do your single key trigger setting. And say, for instance, the space bar, you want that to have a little bit more or a little less sensitivity. Then you can maybe change that to 20, 22, whatever you want to do. And maybe again for the caps lock, so you don't accidentally press it when you're typing. And you can adjust that accordingly. However, works best for you. With this, I think trial and error is going to be a thing, working out what is exactly good for you. The cool thing is that you can make it customized to your own preferences. Quite often there's a certain switch type we like, but sometimes maybe the travel is a little bit too little or a little bit too much. With this, you can dial in your settings exactly. And of course, you can choose the onboard profile and you can add profiles as well and upload them and cycle through them, suiting you for your gaming or typing experience. So I think that pretty much covers most of the things in there. The thing that you're probably most looking forward to is to hearing what this actually sounds like. So I'm going to do some typing now and you can hear what it actually sounds like. I am a terrible typist, but I will do my best. I think that sounds really nice. And I'll put it a little bit closer so you can hear it a bit better. I really do like the fact that the space bar is a very defined different noise. So if you are a touch typist, you definitely know you've hit the space bar rather than hitting one of the alphanumerics, which again, as I said earlier, look very good. Overall, the experience on this is actually phenomenal. This type of key switch hopefully is going to be the future of computer keyboard switches. It really is fantastic. Although, sadly, as with anything which is pretty cool, it comes with a slight price tag. Now, in terms of Hall effect keyboards, this is actually pretty inexpensive. At the moment in the UK, it's retailing on overclockers.co.uk for £139.99. At least that's the starting price. So potentially this might be right up your street. If you're looking around on the market for other keyboards of a similar quality, Hall effect switches, and basically a solid CNC milled frame, you're going to be looking at way over £200. I've had a brief look around. I'm no expert when it comes to keyboards, especially the more customized ones. But from what I can tell from my experience, that is about the price you're looking at, like $200 or so. So £140 for this, I think, is actually a pretty good deal overall. Obviously, let me know what you think in the comments section below. My only other takeaway is really, I would love to see this in slightly larger form factors. A full-size keyboard would be awesome. But we'll see what happens from our friends over at Endgame Gear. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Overall, extremely pleased with it, and I would strongly suggest you try one for yourself. So there you go, that has been the Endgame Gear KB65HE Hall Effect keyboard. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.